All right, what is going on, everybody? Today we're going to cover what has been changed in the most recent patch that was very minimal, and the information that was just released about Season 6 and what to expect for the next couple of months. So we're just going to dive right into it. The quick patch notes, if you guys haven't read it, was Dozer got another nerf. The revive bug where you could infinitely res somebody was removed, and I think the biggest thing that was changed here was the explosive damage through smoke. So that no longer applies. Tested it. If there's smoke near a wall, the grenade or C4 or whatever explosive won't do damage to you through the wall anymore. Thank God, because the explosive spam is starting to get ridiculous. And Dozer was nerfed again another 16%, so I believe that's like another 1.2 meter nerf to his lunge. He still has about like a 5.7 meter range with his shield bash. It's still pretty strong, but I think it's in a good spot. I would like to see it get nerfed one more time. It's still a bit crazy in certain spots, but manageable at this point. So I'm happy that my prediction of him needing another nerf got through. I think a third one is potentially coming. My guess is they're going to look at the notes on the spreadsheet and then determine if he needs another hit to his range or not. But anyways, jumping into what was just announced, right? So Season 6, everyone was kind of expecting, you know, how every previous season, you know, Season 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all in subsequential of each other after the season ended within the following week or within a couple of days. Well, this time is not the case. They just released the video a couple of days ago that Season 6 is coming out in October, not September. And then we get this quote-unquote new event. It's not new, called Redux, okay? So what Redux is going to be all of the previous season events, meaning the special game modes that would allow you to collect skins, weapon charms, vehicle skins, etc. by getting 50 ribbons per week. Right, I believe it was like 3 each week. So now players have the opportunity to relive these events and grind their way to get more quote-unquote content, which has been deemed as skins and weapon charms. Okay, let's just kind of say that again. Your content is weapon skins and charms. All right, so here's my problem with what they're doing prior to Season 6. Okay, you're not getting any new content. All right, this is recycled, redone, repeated, reused, however you want to say it. Point being is, nothing is new coming to the game whatsoever until October, and it looks like we're saying October 10th is gonna be when Season 6 comes out, right? So stick around for the Season 6 announcement shortly after Redux gets dropped in a couple of weeks. So that's their plan. So we should have a date by then. But anyways, what Redux's intent is for the new players or newer players or the guys who haven't been around since the game has been out since day one, or, you know, play the game when it first came out, left, came back, missed the events, whatever, right? It gives these players a chance to get some new skins, play the events that they haven't played. So for these guys, this event is going to be beneficial to them and be quote-unquote new content. Whereas in reality, this is not the case. It is just copy-paste, back into the cycle, say, hey, we aren't ready to give out Season 6 yet, so what are we going to do for the time frame in between until we are ready? That is my guess. The other speculation, and this was brought up in chat, was, well, December's coming around, so everyone's going to be on holiday break, yada, yada, yada. If we launch Season 6 right after Season 5, Season 6 would end in December, meaning they'd have to push more content out during the holidays, and they're not going to be in the office because they're going to be on break. Okay, that might be a valid point. However, that doesn't excuse the fact that you're not getting anything new with this Redux event for the majority of the people. And mind I tell you that the player base count for Battlefield on Steam has been almost as low as it has after it hard crashed shortly after launch, right? The lowest numbers we saw were about 1,900 players on Steam at one given time. Right now we're in the low 4,000s, and the 24-hour peak hasn't even broken 10,000 in the last few days. So I don't really know what their plan is to recoup this or revitalize anything to salvage this. I think at this point, we're kind of just biding our time with scraps until the next game comes out, and they are really taking their time with the next game. For you guys who haven't heard of any other content creators updates on this stuff or been keeping track on their financial meetings with their fiscal year for their games, 2042 wasn't even on the board for fiscal year 2024, meaning it's not coming out at all next year, right? To the end of 2024 in October. So fiscal years start and end in October, right? So fiscal year 2025 is when the next one is coming out. So at the earliest, the next title comes out in October of 2024. At the earliest, okay? My guess is going to be either that November or in early spring, so February of 2025. Okay, that's my guess. All right, so coming back to Redux and everything else, like, okay, well, so, you know, it's not the worst thing that could happen with the game, right? And so I think for most players who are coming back, they will enjoy it. But again, it's not that much content, and the game modes aren't that great. The only one that was enjoyable was the game mode where you had the bomb and you had to plant it in a sector and then defend it till it detonated. That was probably the best one they did for entertainment wise. The best one for concept wise was the last one we just had with the satellites and capturing the satellites so you got down to the last sector in the middle of the map. That one, strategically at a game concept level, was probably the best developed game mode. But the maps, again, are just still too large, and they weren't on all of them. They were only on a handful, so you really hindered the experience on top of having massive sized maps for a 24v24 experience, and then towards the end of the game just turning into a vehicle fest anyways. So there's really not a whole lot of fun, for me at least, to look forward to, right? So I could be just the guy complaining, oh, well, you know, I'm not getting what I want, yeah, blah blah blah, you know, and that's fine. You could view it that way, and just, you know, you could say that I'm another crybaby streamer, content creator, whatever, and that's fine. But really, when I look at it from a professional standpoint, this is not even new content. It would have been better if they said, hey, we can't give you season 6 because in all reality, it's not ready. It's just not ready. And I don't think you can convince me otherwise that there's no other reason for it not to be pushed out right away like the other seasons were. I think that what should have happened is, instead of revamping all of the old game modes and skins, they should have given us a new game mode as the primary topic to say, hey, for these first couple of weeks, like the first 3 weeks, this is the new game mode, right? And then for the remainder of the 3 weeks that we're gonna wait is, hey, this week you get this game mode, and this game mode from the old ones, right? So you're not only getting a new game mode with new skins or content, you're gonna get recycled altogether, right? So I'm not saying they had to develop something to last all 6 weeks. That would have been entirely new, but something new. That way we're not all just kind of like dead in the water here, getting, you know, droplets of information and something else to do to bide our time. Because again, I still don't know if anything's going to happen after season 6. So what are we going to get after season 6, right? That's the other speculation. Are we going to be done with seasons? Are we going to be done with content? Is it just going to go back to live service and do quality of life updates like they, you know, how they murdered Battlefield 5? So, you know, there's not a whole lot to look forward to. And with the way the player base is looking on Steam and the way that all these game modes are coming out, find the decisions from the company, it's just, you know, it's not very reassuring. And so, by all means, let me know what you guys think on how you feel about what's coming for season 6 and this whole Redux thing.
Wait,
but,
like 17
you know, that's all I have for you guys. I'll give you guys more information as we get it, per the usual. But if you guys have any questions or want to see anything else from me, by all means, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. And until the next one, guys, see ya!
Blah, blah, blah.